Receiving the news that VDM came out this morning to say that the whole issue about the 180 million that is missing from his account is a prank, is a play taken too far. Because now that the fake news is coming from him, is going to generate a lot of challenge. For example, there are people who it will be very difficult for them to actually trust whatever VDM is going to say henceforth, and even when he's handling genuine matter of the public, he has indirectly, invariably, given a sort of defense to his to the people whom he will be coming after, to actually begin to, raise the first form of defense which they will come up with, to say, we already know him, he's always pranking people, He's as sensitive as that, because VDM ought to have known and realized that he is now occupying an office of the public, office of trust of the public. There is a level of trust that the public have given to him, and this action, this little prank now will cost him a lot, because it's going to take him a long time for him to, be able to earn the trust of the public back, even when he wants to handle sensitive matters for the public. This issue ordinarily ought not to have occurred, even though he wanted to see reaction of certain persons. He could have just asked or make a speculative comment or speech, to say, like, supposing we wake up one day and find out that the money of the NGO is missing, what will be your reaction? So he wouldn't have put himself out in a situation where now a lot of people will begin to see him as a player, as somebody that they've always taken to be a serious-minded individual. But as we can see from what has just happened, and from this revelation, that has just happened, because we will tell you for free that since this whole issue of the missing money came up, a lot of persons were thrown into shock, into fear, into psychological trauma. There are a lot of persons who have built their hope around this VDM, and they see him as a candle of hope, as a pillar of hope, as a pillar of restoration. They see him as a man whom they can actually look up to in nation building, in trying to demonstrate love for one's country. And now youthful exuberance have come in, and he has actually played to the gallery, you see. So it's going to be a hard knock for him to crack, because the entire team, as we have it now, even Coco P and the rest of them, is going to actually be, you have played the dirty one, and this one is really going to be very, very difficult for you to come out of it. So in the coming days, you are going to see yourself, you have to start working on redefining yourself, on redefining your goal. As a matter of fact, you must begin to see and realize that you are gradually coming of age, and this matter as it is now, anyway, will open the path, or the next version of your life, to enable you to see what the effect of your public comments, the effect it has on your viewers, on your fans, and is going to actually grow you in a very painful way, because the negative energy that this matter as it is now will generate will be too much to bear, especially for you and for Coco P, because indirectly Coco P has also involved himself in this mess. And then, well, we thank God no name was mentioned, no policeman was actually mentioned or police station mentioned to have been handling it, because that in another way would have also put them in a very black on the blacklist, So VDM, while we commend all your efforts in trying to, bring justice and hope to the common man, to do extra things for them, you should know that as it is now, you have occupied a special place in the heart of so millions of Nigerians, of African people, and for you to have come number 17 on the list of the most talked about persons in Africa for 2024. These are things you should not take for granted, and you must continue to see yourself from that angle, from where they have placed you. Although this your fake prank, have also revealed from the analysis the reasons or rationale where some people begin to see or begin to suspect government hand being involved in what has happened to you. There are bigger dimension to what we have seen, and then sometimes it's good to do to have come to this thing, but it shouldn't have come directly from you, because the impression it is creating in the mind of the public now as we speak is not a very good one. So in the coming days, VDM, you're going to face more criticisms, and then in fact, when you mean serious business, you're going to find people who will come out and still challenge you. So you light fire, you just set fire on this dry bush, and it's really going to burn, and it's going to burn you very hard. So I urge you to take the bitter pill, and then to be ready to face the really punch that you are going to receive from all these things. So it's a learning stage. You have learned it. Your office, you're occupying the office of the public and they who you entrust. Please don't joke with that office. It is not an office for you to make prank. And come to think of it, the NGO you have set up, please, I also joined a lot of persons that are calling, don't go to any government building or any government school to think that you can improve any of the infrastructure, because as a matter of fact, there are questions that are beyond you which you will meet as you go on there. Those buildings were built from government allocations and fund and the rest of them. I think that if you have any good thing to do for the public, use the NGO money, build a facility, name it after you, use it to empower children of the less privileged, use it to empower every member of the public, that the less privileged members of the public, and just like Rochas Okorosha of Imo State used to do in those days before he joined politics. So I think in the coming year, please, I join this force to call you, please, don't put this money into any government school or building. Rather, you can empower some of the persons, some of the students there directly. That will be greatly appreciated. How do I mean? You can buy school bag, school sandals, writing materials, and go from one school to the other to donate. But I think that having a foundation that will cater for the less privileged members of the society, who are the ones being affected presently as we speak with this decay in these facilities, will go a long way to help out. So please, I call on you, VDM, please try and take up the challenge. You have started it. Now you open the canker worm, and it's going to really come out with a lot of what you have inside it. So please gear up. The apologies may not be enough, but you need to show maturity, and you need to face this whole thing headlong henceforth. So please, let there not be prank. Let there not be prank. You are not a class of persons who should be pranking on us anymore. It hurts us, and you should also try to learn from what you have done these few days. Thank you very much.